Thank you.
If you give somebody a quart of oil and put them in the middle of a desert, they'll walk for 3 hours knowing they can't drink the oil. But the last 10 minutes of their life, they will drink the oil every single time, not accepting the fact that that's not going to help, and that will kill them. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen with paid content with newspapers. I understand why they think they need to do it. I don't understand the business model either. But once you have paid content, the drop-off in the eyeballs will so swamp the gain, because the advertising revenues will dry up, that it's not a successful business model, except for very select kinds of publications like the FT and the Wall Street Journal that are financial publications that are able to offer some kind of financial information in a timely way that makes it valuable. Yeah, but when you're talking about newspapers that were the traditional fora for public speech like this, I just don't see how it works. So I don't know the alternative to it, but I don't think that drinking oil is going to help.
But you're pessimistic about a future for a newspaper.
Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
think the future could be no newspapers at all?
Well, I can't accept the idea of no newspapers, but we do have to recognize that the history of newspapers isn't a history of 300 years of established independent newspapers. It's a history of, depends on the country. In the United States, I think we want to say 50 years of independent quality newspapers that, you would look to and say, provide the kind of stuff that we want. But before that, it was all political screed, and after now, it's all corporate screed. But, I think we just got to be creative and figure out how we're going to recreate the value that independent investigative journalism gave us.
Okay. Now, my other questions regard Obama. I mean, do you communicate with Obama? I mean, I know you've followed his campaign very closely. I mean, do you give him suggestions on how to use the internet or no?
Well, I mean, I was an advisor to the campaign, and to him directly during the campaign. But there was I had his email address from the old days, and he had encouraged me to use it, and then he sent me an email just before he was sworn in saying they're forcing me to turn this address off. So
did you turn it off?
Yeah, you turned it off.
Does he still have his BlackBerry?
He does have a BlackBerry, but it's a different system and a different address. So I haven't had communication since he was sworn in.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Now, the rock concert that was when he was sworn in, there was a big rock concert. It was financed by the lobby of the music industry. Do you think that's why he's not doing anything about copyright?
No, that's not why. But the Democratic Party has long supported IP extremism, and some of the worst bills, the Sonny Bono Act, the DMCA, were bills passed under Bill Clinton's presidency. So I think that we need a lot of education in the Democrats as well as the Republicans before we're going to get any progress on that.
Yeah. One last question, and it's about do you think is Obama going to be able to use the internet now that he's elected in order to make better policy?
Well, I think he's already doing it. He's holding internet town meetings. He has lots of sites that are trying to aggregate ideas and suggestions and feedback.
Are you optimistic about how he's doing?
If it's only that, I'm not optimistic. If it's that plus a fundamental reform in the system, like by getting money out of politics, or at least money out of the way Congress gets elected, then I would be optimistic, sure.
Did he get your message? Does he know that that's the problem?
I think he knows. The question is whether he's going to make it a priority.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thanks, sure.